on streaming is Deep Cover, which is about 3 improv actors who are asked to go undercover by the police in London's criminal underworld. The 3 actors are played by Bryce Dallas Howard, Orlando Bloom, Nick Mohammed, and the one that hires them is Sean Bean, who usually plays villain. This is directed by Tom Kingsley and co-written by Colin Trevorrow, who did Safety Not Guaranteed and a couple of the Jurassic Worlds. Poppin' or not? This film was poppin'. I wasn't exactly surprised, but I was surprised about how funny it is. Yes, it's a comedy. Yes, Bryce Dallas Howard's pretty funny in it. She is the straight man leader, but she's very good at leading, and she still has her funny moments. Orlando Bloom plays like the very serious actor, but he's done comedy stuff before, including Ricky Gervais's Extras, playing himself. Kind of the same character as this, actually. But he was actually really good in this. Yeah, he definitely had his moments. But definitely the person that shines, and they do not do too much of it. You know how you have a funny character like Zach Galifianakis in The Hangover, and he's funny in spurts? But when you have him star in things like Hangover 2 or Hangover 3, if you have that funny every 5 seconds, it gets a little dry. You're wringing out a very, very moist towel until it is making your throat parched. I didn't like Hangover 2 or 3, even though they were decent. My point is, this movie didn't do the Hangover effect where they found a funny actor and decided to put him in every single, or put his lines in every single scene. He showed up when it was funny, and it definitely landed. Easy background watch. Everyone is funny in their own way. Has some scenes that push the envelope on recycled scenes in comedy that you've already seen 1,000 times. For instance, test the product. Oh, God, I had to take cocaine. You've seen that scene 1,000 times, but they push the envelope in this film. And it's fucking hilarious with what they do. So definitely check out this film that has a great cast like Paddy Considine and Ian McShane. You can watch it on Prime right now. Let me know what you think. On the not comedy side of things was Echovalley, which is a very dark drama that centers on Kate, who is dealing with a personal tragedy while owning and training horses in Echovalley, an isolated and picturesque place, when her daughter Claire arrives at her doorstep, frightened, trembling, and covered in someone else's blood. We have Julianne Moore playing the mother of a heroin addict, Sydney Sweeney, who's constantly trying to get her shit together and returns home when we think she's got her shit together. Julianne Moore's character is someone who cannot say no to her daughter. She divorced the father years ago, already had a relationship since then. The only time you see him, he's like, look, we agreed. Stop giving her money. She's sick. Don't do this. You're making it worse. And she goes, I can't say no to her. She's my daughter. And you can really see that love between Sydney Sweeney and Julianne Moore, specifically Julianne Moore to Sydney Sweeney. Sydney Sweeney, this is a hard role. And I will say Sydney Sweeney definitely did a good job in it. It's hard for me not to compare it to Euphoria because she's unbearable on Euphoria. Not Sydney Sweeney's fault. Again, it's just the character. I hate that character on Euphoria now. Echovalley, I don't like her, but I do empathize with her. She's an addict. She can't help herself. She does some shitty shit in the film. I don't want to spoil anything, but I will say that it is an uncomfortable film in the sense of it's not fun to watch at all. This isn't a movie where while you're watching it, you're like, wow, this is so good. I'm so happy I'm watching this. The whole time I had this movie on, I was like, man, I want to shut this off. This is depressing. I don't like what these characters are doing. I don't like seeing Sydney Sweeney in such a harsh reality that this character brought upon herself, and the mom trying to pick up the pieces any way she possibly can. Domhnall Gleeson, who plays the villain in this, is excellent. But he's so fucking like, oh, you hate him. You want someone to pick up a gun and shoot somebody, or everyone. I will say this movie was a good film. I think it was very well made, but I'm not going to call it poppin', and this will help me define what poppin' means. When I say a film is poppin' or not, that means if I say it's poppin', I recommend you to watch it and that you will enjoy it. I'm going to say this movie's not poppin', but I don't want to take away from the fact that I don't think that I want to acknowledge that I believe this movie is well made. I think the acting was really, really good. Sydney Sweeney was excellent. Again, the annoyance of Euphoria is there. She does this screaming thing that reminded me of Euphoria, and I'm like, oh my God, I hate her. But she is so good and kind of scary at specifically one time. Julianne Moore is such an empathetic character that really makes you feel. I love Julianne Moore. I love the projects that she picks, but when she does shit like this, and I think it was Still Alice, just really bummer projects. This is one of them. So if you want to be bummed out, check out Echovalley on Apple TV Plus right now. Otherwise, why don't you just go to the movie theater and see something easy?